name's Meg Turney, and I like anime.
I'm Ross Everett, and I prefer Star Wars. I
don't know why those
Way
are.
before that.
So this week we watched Sword Art Online, which you guys have been requesting, which was fantastic, and tells the story of an MMORPG in which players are logged in, it's crazy popular, and then guess what? Can't log out.
I know, which you would think is something that goes on in World of Warcraft, but apparently they just choose not to log out of that. There's some nice context in the beginning where they give you the idea that there were like 1,000 beta testers and only like 10,000 people, those are the right numbers, right? Were able to get the game at all to go into it. Once you're in it for life, and we see that the game's kind of changed a little bit since the beta, and it looks a little harder.
It does look harder, and so Kirito is the main character. He partners up with this super cute girl, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Asuna.
the girl's super cute. But there was one point before that, let's go to the first episode, at the end, like he meets this guy and like helps the guy out a little bit. Yeah, Klein. And then the guy at the end, like when he leaves him, he's like, by the way, you're super cute, you're totally my type. And I was just like, what? Like that better play into this somehow, otherwise it's just like, why throw that in there?
I thought it was like joking, like oh, this is clearly a heavy moment between us, so like let's make it more lighthearted, like, oh like, hey, it's not you, kid, like.
And for you guys watching at home, if you ever want to make a moment lighter, don't tell someone that you'd want to bang them.
I don't know, I couldn't quite figure it out.
Meg, I'm really sorry about what happened this weekend, that you had that horrible thing happen to you.
No,
but hey, boop, I'd hit it. Learned everything I know from an anime. Then they all get transported to this like center square. I think it's called like the beginner circle, or
yeah, it's like the town of beginners.
Yeah, it's like real like expositional title. And then a giant clitoris forms in the sky that then turns into like the developer of the game, the faceless developer of the
game. The genius. He looks like the dude from Journey, like your character from Journey, but like a little bit more mysterious. Everybody finds out that basically the only way to get out of the game is to clear all 100 levels of the world, and if anybody tries to take your helmet off in the real world, you die. If you die in the game, you die. If you breathe, you die. Like, it's everything is like, I kill you in the real world.
Pretty much. Everything. Well, what they did is they basically answered all the questions as to like, well, couldn't you try this? Well, couldn't you try this?
Yeah, it's true.
No, you can't. You gotta beat the game. You gotta get out of the game. That's the way to get out of the game.
Would do. Also, I don't like that they made Klein Mrs. Pizza. His teriyaki mayo pizza.
Gross. I would eat it though. I would try the hell out of a teriyaki
and it's ginger
ale. We have that, and then finally, like the second episode starts to get into the adventure. But just to let you all know, from the first episode, I was like, I'm on board. At first, I kept comparing it to Dot Hack, which
it's very similar to Dot Hack.
But it's not, because there's a lot of magic in Dot Hack, and like
very true.
This is much more like grounded and like as grounded as it can be, being trapped in a virtual world. But like, you know, they establish like no magic in this, like it's just much more hand-to-hand combat. They set up the stakes, they paint the picture very well in that first episode to a point where you're just like, I get it. I could jump into any episode of this and kind of, I understand the rules of the world.
I did like that they did no magic, because MMOs always have magic. Like you're a spellcaster, you can be a paladin, like you can do all these things. So it's interesting that they took everything as hand-to-hand combat. But then I also liked that he takes away everybody's persona, and now they're really the person they are.
I could have gone either way on that, because like I always tie this back to the South Park episodes where they're like playing World of Warcraft. I like seeing people not being themselves, but at the same time, like there was that funny moment where it's like, you're not a girl, you're not 17.
Yeah.
Like that fun little interaction of people being someone that they're not on the internet. I guess you can't do that now. And like, I didn't need the explanation as to how they got their body styles. Like, oh, we touched ourselves.
Yeah, I didn't need that either.
How much did you touch yourself? How accurate is this? Still, it's fun. I'm on board with it. I think that this is a very fun series. And it's longer than Dot Hack, which was something that I was like, this is cool. I wish there was more of it. So, seems like there's a bunch of episodes of this.
Yeah, the Dot Hack series we watched was short.
That was a
Not all
OVA.
of them.
OVA?
Yes, an OVA.
An OVA.
OVA.
I'm over it.
It was OVA. But I really like this. I think it's fantastic. It's getting amazing reviews from people who are sending it in. I cannot wait to keep watching it and find out what happens. There's 100 levels. How are we gonna get through 100 levels? I did like, by the way, that you always get, we see this a lot, where The first episode of an anime, you get like a cold open, and then the second you actually get the theme song and an open, and it shows so much about the anime.
I didn't want to see it.
It shows that like they're gonna be friends, and they're gonna like hang out together and like cook dinner for each other, and they're gonna pair up with the bald dude, and like clearly they're all gonna be friends. And I thought it was interesting that we get to, they spoil a lot with the opening credits.
Yeah, that was weird to me. And also at the end of the second episode, our protagonist kind of switches. Like he snaps like at first I'm all behind him, and then he kind of goes crazy and leaves everyone behind.
But I think he goes crazy and leaves everybody behind to get people not to kill him right there, because I think they were like, "Screw you, we're gonna kill you," and he was like, he like pulled like a crazy, like a mind your business. He did one of those.
Kind of like, if you want to come after me, you have no idea what you're coming.
Exactly. He saved his own ass, and we know he's gonna come back to Asuna somehow. So I didn't like that he disbanded their party, but
I know, but that was so well done. That was such a great moment, because it was like, how do you create such an emotion just by doing this? Like, it was well done. The music in this, paid attention to the music. Music in this was great. It was really nice.
It's really
good. It
good.
evokes a lot of emotion where you need to have some. It heightens situations. It was good. It was well done.
Also, the theme music is really fun, and it reminds me of like a lot of old school anime. It's like, J-pop song, I sing a song and something happens. I love it. I love when themes are like that. It gets me all excited.
What kind of anime was this?
This is a shonen anime. Action, action, action.
I know, I like those.
But we're changing it up for next week.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I've already warned Ross that people have been asking me to do this anime. I've never heard of it. I looked it up. It's on Crunchyroll. It's called Free Iwatobi Swim Club. And supposedly there's gonna be a lot of shirtless dudes, and it's gonna be different. We've done a lot of action anime recently, and I would like to switch it up a little bit. So bring on the shirtless dudes.
If you guys want to watch Iwatobi Shirtless Swim Club, that's probably not what it's called.
Close to it.
You guys should go to crunchyroll.com/sfnerd. Make sure all those letters are lowercase, because that'll bring you to the page where you get a free premium trial on Crunchyroll, which could allow you to watch the videos, and then you film your responses, upload those to YouTube using hashtag SFNFree in your title. We'll find those clips and we'll put you at the end of the video, just like these people.
You've got like a strange mix of very, very serious and surprisingly lighthearted. But it's not uncomfortably lighthearted, which I think is very important.
The art style and the music in this is very good. I mean, it's possibly one of the better animes of 2013. It's very polished, it's beautiful, the music's great.
The animation and the world building of this is stunning.
I'm like here thinking to myself, wow, that would be so cool if this was real. Maybe with the exception of actually dying in real life, but fingers crossed that 2022 that they release something that is actually like this, because that would be super awesome.
I think makes this just a huge idea is that it's completely realistic. Like, we already have some types of virtual reality stuff, and we already have, you know, huge landscapes and huge MMORPGs, so why can't we combine the two together?
It's got a lot of fight scenes, it's got a lot of really cute stuff, so kind of got something for everybody.
I have not seen another 2D anime give such a good perception of 3D, even to the point as when we have a POV shot, screens around it. They literally animated it with a concave lens over the eye. Who does that? That's amazing.
It has some great characters with great development to them. I even like the love story that comes later on.
It is not an original storyline, .hack. However, what I do like about the series is how it implements it. Number one, there's no magic. Number two, it is purely character driven. The characters get loads of character development. And also, each episode has something a little bit different about it.
I really like the direction, the way that the fight sequences work, so you're like, oh, they're taking out a boss, and it's so exciting and so interesting, and you get that, ooh, they do it, oh yes, so cool, it's so cool feeling, even though, you know, you're not actually fighting.
The characters are really well done in my opinion, with a nice sense of progression, both physically and mentally. Since the first half takes place over a period of 2 years, the characters in each episode physically look different. In the beginning, they're all very scared and frightened and nervous, while by the end, they've become a bit more confident and just settled into life in this new game world.
I don't know if that really works, that virtual reality would be created using microwaves, but whatever, it's an anime. Basically, I would liken watching this anime to watching somebody play World of Warcraft, if you like watching people play games, you may like this.
All right, Ross, I'm gonna disband this anime club, but I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way.
The opening credits reveal you'll be back next week.